All right, let's talk about the inevitable Patrick Mahomes with another postseason victory here. I do not think this is the Chiefs' best offensive performance that they've had this season. I think they looked a little rusty early on, but they were able to take advantage of in some key spots here. And we also saw Mahomes, as he kind of always does, when he has to make a play, he made a play, and he made one of the better plays of his career in this game towards the end of it. So yeah, let's get into it. Before I do, I will mention I do have a movie channel. If you want to hear my thoughts on movies, I do some movie reviews, stuff like that. You can check that out. Jackson Kruger Movies is the name of that. The link is in the description. But yeah, let's talk some Patrick Mahomes. Let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here is this is going to be a zone coverage play on a 3rd down and 11. And this is what Houston wants, right? They're really good in these obvious passing situations. They have a great coverage unit, great pass rush. They're good in non-obvious passing situations too, but here is where they thrive. But this is what the Chiefs are going to do. They're going to have 2 receivers essentially just run setup routes, trying to clear out the area down the field. Marquise Brown will then run a route that's going to go more towards the, kind of follows them. Hopefully just no one picks him up if you're a Chiefs fan and he can get wide open. Or if somebody does pick him up, it's going to have to be someone who's supposed to be covering over the middle, might not be in position to get there. As you see, though, when this play begins, it's working okay. Miles Bryant is in position, like he's read this play, but his back is turned towards the quarterback. A great throw and great catch. You can get a touchdown here, but that's essentially the thing, is you need a great throw and great catch. And here, I'm going to be honest, this isn't even really a competitive throw from Patrick Mahomes. You have to wonder, again, we're always going to make excuses for him because he's so good, right? But you have to wonder, is part of why he struggles on a throw like this. He just hasn't played with Hollywood Brown that much, and also he hasn't played a lot recently, period, right? I mean, they've had 3.5 weeks off, so then all of a sudden you're in the situation, this is your first real play of the game, it makes sense to miss it, really. But also to back up a little bit, so this was the first play from scrimmage as they started this drive at the 13-yard line due to, getting a long kickoff return and then a penalty on top of it. But you're going to see, what did the Chiefs do here? Well, they run the ball and don't gain many yards. And that's the other side of the coin, is the Texans have to get the Chiefs in these obvious passing situations. Play like this to stop the run, well, that's what you want to see. And they had a lot of good run stops in this game to allow them to get in that position. Of course, the Chiefs would not be denied on every play. You're going to get some plays, even when things weren't going great early on. Something like this, it's zone coverage. Again, similar kind of concept that the Chiefs are going to go with here. A receiver runs a deep shot, just trying to get the corner out of position. That's all he's doing here. Kelsey's route over there, again, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either nobody picks him up, and that's great, or someone does pick him up, but it'd probably be a linebacker now trying to keep pace with Kelsey. Not an ideal situation. And on this one, Mahomes runs a play action, and because of the play action, linebacker's a little bit out of position, and here, no one picks up Kelsey. He's wide open. This is the Andy Reid stuff. This is, Chiefs coaching staff, but also the players for executing, right? As you see, Kelsey makes the grab, almost was able to stay in bounds, just quite couldn't on that play, but still, really good stuff there. This would, of course, not be the biggest Travis Kelce play of the game, or even the half. Heading over to this play, which weirdly happens at almost the exact same time, just 1 quarter later. When I paused it earlier, it was at 6:52 in the first quarter, midway through the play. Now it's 6:52 at the start of the play. I don't know, weird thing I noticed. But you see, it's going to be a man blitz, and the blitz is coming from the bottom of the screen, bottom half of the screen, and I think that's what fools Houston here, because everyone's going to blame Azeez Al-Shaair, or at least the commentator brought him up. I actually don't know if this was his fault, because if you look at it right now, the guy who's closest to Kelsey is, it's once again Miles Bryant, who is closest. Again, I'm not in the huddle. I can't say for sure who was supposed to cover Kelsey, but because there was a blitz here, I think things just got mixed up. And as you see, 2 players end up covering one guy. Nobody covers the Hall of Fame tight end, greatest receiving tight end of all time. He's wide open over the middle. Of course, Mahomes is going to notice this. He was probably looking in Kelsey's direction regardless. So, listen, there have been plenty of plays where we look at it and say, how did Kelsey get that open? And then you watch, and he's like doing something really smart to get himself open. This kind of wasn't really that. This was just the Texans screwed up. But hey, you got to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. But then also watch Kelsey after this. He's going to make a couple guys miss, including Azeez Al-Shaair. Finally does get brought down. If he got the touchdown there, that would have really made it a great highlight, but still a really good play. They did score a touchdown just a couple plays later. So, yeah, a bad mistake by Houston, but great job taking advantage by Kansas City. Heading over to something like this, one thing I talked about in my preview for this game, and what a lot of people talked about, was the left tackle situation. What was Kansas City going to do? Humphreys appears to be healthy. Do you want to go with him? They decide to go with Joe Thuney on this play, who is, again, not a left tackle. I guess he's played some left tackle in the I believe it was in college, but let's be honest, every NFL offensive lineman played left tackle in college because you were the best blocker. He's a natural guard. He's a potential Hall of Fame level guard, but he's playing out of position here against Danielle Hunter, who's an elite edge rusher. And watch as Hunter just, again, there's moves that you don't have to block as a guard that you have to block as a tackle. That's one of them. Great job by Hunter to take advantage and get the sack. That was on a 3rd down and 4. Even if they didn't get sacked, maybe they go for it. Although, I don't know. Reed typically likes to punt in those situations, but don't even give him the opportunity, force him to punt. So, great stuff by Hunter. But yeah, that's a mismatch. You got to take advantage of your mismatches. But then there was this play, and there were a couple of nice runs and things like that, but this is just the Mahomes thing, right? The game for the Chiefs is not, let's throw the ball down the field a bunch and, like what they were back when he threw 50 touchdowns. They put pretty much all their resources on defense. They want to be a defensive team because they know we can just, run a solid offense, get to 3rd down and short and then convert 3rd downs. And then the couple of times we need a play, we have the best player in football to do it. And one of the best tight ends of all time, if not the best tight end of all time to do it. This play. So first, let's talk about how Travis Kelce gets so open, right? It's a zone coverage play, and you see Kelce starting off as the receiver closest towards the sideline. This is part of, the Andy Reid stuff. There's so much kind of going on. This is how Kelce is able to get so open so consistently. Not just Andy Reid, and not just the offensive play calling, but also Kelce's going to run this route really well. As you see, Mahomes takes a snap, but there is pressure on this play, and Mahomes tries to step through the middle of the pocket, but you have a defensive lineman holding on for dear life. He's not going to let Mahomes rush for the 1st down, or for the touchdown, excuse me. So Mahomes, while sideways, not sideways, but I don't know, diagonal, a 45-degree angle almost, he's going to have to try and make this throw. And as you see, of course he makes it. Incredible stuff by Patrick Mahomes. And this is why he is still, the best, and the guy that, no matter what the other guys are doing, he's the guy everyone's getting compared to because he can do this. I know the numbers are the numbers and whatever, but Mahomes was fantastic in plays like this. This was not a perfect day for him. This was not his best day. He did miss a few throws. I think this wasn't quite as clean of an operation as you're expecting from the Chiefs, but ultimately they were still able to do what they do and get the victory. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.